The next generation of gaming consoles is just a month away, and I'm here to tell you why Sony will win this battle. What is going on, guys and girls? It is GhostRobo, and everybody is getting ready and hyped for the brand new systems, Xbox One and PlayStation 4, coming out in just a few mere weeks. Before you know it, these bad boys will be flying down into our laps, into our living rooms, and emptying our wallets. That is for certain. I've been looking at the console wars and trying to really think why, if Sony wins, would they win? And here is my answer for you. Sony will win because they have captured the mindshare and the hearts of gamers and the general public. They have placed forth a perfect campaign with hardly any hiccups along the way, and done a great job of blurring some of the more suspect points of their hardware. You know, they place so much emphasis on the indie front, which I think was a super smart move. They really did all that they could to say, hey, we are a part of the forefront of the gaming community. We're ready to take this thing to the next level, and look, we've got all the fun and favorite developers on board. They have so many indie titles, it's crazy. Their entire Gamescom conference was just indie title after indie title after indie title. And while those games are not necessarily always the best games, I think it's sort of the current new hotness. It's the bright, shining spot of the day. Everyone talks about indies. They are the heralded developers of the future. They're the cool things to back on Kickstarter, the fun things to find on Steam, and soon to be the awesome things to play on PlayStation 4. Done a really great job of matching Microsoft point for point in terms of feature set and not having any of the blunders that the Xbox One has dealt with. You know, they have never had anything to do with online only. They've never had anything to do with no discs or trade-ins. They've been very aggressive in attacking Microsoft on those points and saying, hey, we're here for you, for the gamers. The developers love us now. We've been very active in making a platform that is fun and easy and attractive for companies to come and put their games on. I think that's pretty important for them. They also have what is hands down the prettiest launch game of all, Killzone Shadowfall. That thing, I think, has a chance to be very huge. Not necessarily Call of Duty numbers, not necessarily, you know, Assassin's Creed numbers, but if given the right marketing campaign, it could really push some units and possibly push some hardware because they're taking it in a cool direction, adding a little bit more openness to the game, bringing in some more gadgets, a little bit more fun and flair, and that multiplayer I think has always been really good. It looks just as solid as ever, and it's so dang pretty. It could be the showpiece title for why you need to invest in the next generation of hardware. The other thing is their price point is just so much more attractive. You know, both these systems are so expensive, and going into Black Friday and the holiday season, parents are going to be strapped for cash. Not many people have $600, $700, $800 just to throw around at an entertainment box. So when Sony comes in at $400, a full $100 less than the Microsoft Xbox One, I think that means something. I think to say, hey, you can pick up our system, an extra controller, and a game for the same price as their system, that means a lot when you're a mom trying to decide which box you're going to wrap for your kid underneath the Christmas tree. And I think they come in with a really strong lineup that appeals to a lot of audiences. You got Killzone Shadowfall for the hardcore, the shooter, the graphics whore, the excited new gamer to see what all the bells and whistles are about these new systems. It has a really pretty, just incredible box art as well. But you also have Knack, which should appeal to the more family audiences, be a title that Microsoft has always struggled to find a sticker. You know, they've struggled to find something that really sticks and holds true in the family/kid space, and Knack could really be that for PlayStation. They've also got a lot of free stuff. PlayStation Plus is coming strong. You get Resogun from Housemarque, the people who brought you Super Stardust HD. You get Drive Club, and that's just on launch day. I'm sure there's going to be more down the road. It's a really impressive program that has shown why it is worth paying for throughout the PlayStation 3 life cycle, especially as we get towards the later years and especially the last few months. It just seems like they release so much good stuff. You can get full PlayStation 3 titles for free every month, a lot of downloadable stuff, discounts. It's a really, really strong program, and although I know that Microsoft is going to trend in that direction, they don't have that established. They don't have the clout there to say, hey, our program does this and has done it, so bam, trust us. And I think that's the big thing Sony has done right is trust. They've built trust in gamers. They've sort of won back the favor that they may have lost through the PlayStation 3 scuffle. You know, there's a lot of trouble with development on that system. AAA games a lot of times did not look as good as the Xbox 360 counterpart, and they had sort of their privacy issues, their online issues. Ugh, it was kind of a mess. But they've come around, and they're coming on strong right when it counts. They have a very sexy box. That thing is so sleek. If you haven't seen it in person, it is small and pretty and really, really cool. It looks like a next-gen piece of hardware. It looks like the future of something you'd want to put in your entertainment center, in your living room, whereas the Xbox is more like a giant VCR. The controller also is significantly improved. The DualShock 4 is way better than the DualShock 3. I've never really been a fan of Sony controllers since their inception, but I can safely say that this one is comfy, cool, and works. They've modified the sticks, they've modified the buttons, and it just feels good. Plus, it has that cool little light bar up top. I don't really know if that does anything, but it sure looks cool. And when you're walking to a store and see this thing demo off, I think that matters. The flair of the system is going to be important. And so is releasing first. They come out a week earlier in the United States, and I think that is a decent edge. You know, for people who have been just waiting and waiting, anxious for these new systems, it's been 8 years since something new, guys and girls, in the Xbox and PlayStation brand lines. Getting that one a week early could be huge, especially if you're waiting for next gen for games like Call of Duty Ghosts, Battlefield 4, Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed 4, stuff like that. Of course, the PlayStation 4 is going to have all those along with their exclusives. There's also the functionality and connectivity with the PlayStation Vita that I think could be really cool and kind of a game changer. Microsoft has nothing like this, and Sony is going to allow you to remote play most of their PlayStation 4 games in 720p on your Vita, creating a very cool combo of devices. There's also the possibility that the PlayStation Vita TV thing that was just announced could come to America and globally and really make a difference, again, allowing you to stream things all over and just create some cool, unique uses with your PlayStation 4. If Sony is going to win this fall, a lot of it is going to have to do with the work they've done, the groundwork they've laid over the last 6 to 7 months. Ever since this thing was announced, they've had the upper hand. Microsoft has been clawing back, they've been reversing course and trying to change policy, but Sony has stuck strong, stuck true, and I think that means something to a lot of people. When you're looking to drop $400 or $500, trust and heart matters a lot. And if you're a grandma, a grandpa, a mom, dad, you walk into that store, that Best Buy, that Walmart, on Black Friday or whenever you do your holiday shopping, I think you're going to look and really be drawn to that lower price point. You know, if you don't really know all the bells and whistles, if you don't really know every last exclusive coming out next year, $400 versus $500, that's going to mean something. I don't think that the PlayStation Eye not being included is really a factor. Kinect has kind of always been overblown. But I think placing your system at a cheaper level with a stronger system, technically, is very important. We haven't even touched on that. We haven't even touched that the PlayStation 4 is, from a hardware standpoint, a stronger system than the Xbox One. And I think they've just learned a lot of lessons. I think Sony really was disappointed with themselves in the past/current generation. They've reversed course on how they designed the box. The interface looks like it's better, snappier, and they seem to have a renewed passion for making this thing a winner. Statistically, the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 weren't that far apart, honestly. They really weren't. But I think from a just gamer mindshare standpoint, Xbox won this generation hands down. And right now, Sony has that upper hand, and I think that's going to carry them far. And even though they don't have a whole lot announced for next year, practically nothing, Infamous Second Son is my most anticipated game, and I think that that thing is going to be a killer app come next February when it releases. So I think Sony's in a good spot. I think they have a chance to push a lot of units as long as they can keep them on the shelves. I think getting out ahead matters. I think having a lower price point is really important. I think having the prettiest game is great, and an improved controller is icing on the cake. They have the heart, they have the mind share, they have the games to back it up this year, and they're doing a great job messaging, covering up some of the more suspect parts, and really pushing that indie front that I think garners them a huge media lust. I think people are just so still into the indie thing, and even if it might be waning for some gamers, it's an important part of our industry right now, and that is where the focus is for Sony. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below if you think Sony is going to win. Are you going to be picking up a PlayStation 4? Are you not? Are you waiting? I am so freaking excited for these systems. I will be there on launch day. I will be waiting and ready to unbox it, open it up, and explore the whole thing with you guys here on YouTube. And I hope you will join me. We are just about 5-6 weeks away from this thing launching here in America and soon globally as well. So are you excited? Let me know with a like button, click, add to your favorites if you're super pumped and plan on buying a PlayStation 4. And of course, talk at me in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts, what you think Sony has done well, what you think they might struggle with, and if you agree that they could be the ones to win this first round of console wars. Thank you guys and girls so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day and are excited for the next gen as much as I am. Until that time, though, when those systems launch and we are ready to play them, drink some hot chocolate, have a fantastic day. Thanks so much again for watching, guys and girls, and we will see you all later.
Status. crash.
The others can't be far. Find them.